Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 25th of May 2021, and the time now is 6:18 a.m. Well, today our topic is what are the costs and risks which arise from unknown knowns? What are the effective ways of exploring the unknown knowns to reduce our costs and risk? So before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, okay, so that day we talk about unknown unknowns, and today we goes to unknown knowns. Yeah, so for here I think unknown knowns is some things that um we can do it quite well, and then maybe we have the potential, but we actually we are not aware of this potential. Maybe it's a skill or ability of ourselves. Yeah. So if talk about if talk about the cost and the risk of these unknown knowns, um, I think the problem could be firstly uh, the problem of uh, replicate our success. It means that if this factor can lead us to a particular success, and then uh, we may try to use these factors uh, on other area. Yeah. So in order to do this, we need to know what exactly is the key. So for unknown knowns, basically we don't know the key, but we somehow can get a little success. Yeah, so the first one is the success replication, and the second one I can think of is uh, problem arise when we we position ourselves. Yeah, because also here we are not aware of maybe we are not aware of uh, um, our strengths, and then at that time maybe we are not fully uh, fully uh, leverage our strength. Yeah, so at that time maybe uh, that unknown knowns could be a cause, something like uh, a loss of opportunity, uh, yeah, in that way. And then yeah, so these are the two I can think of for the cost and the risk.
Mm.
Yeah.
Can unknown arise from failure?
Do you mean unknown unknowns?
Sorry. I mean the unknown.
Unknown knowns arise from failure. Failure. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it can be.
Mm.
It can. Oh, yeah. It can be a situation like if you couldn't do something well, and then you know that you are not doing well,
Yeah.
but you didn't know
Which
the
part? Yeah.
factor. Ah, yeah, the reason behind that.
Yeah. So it should not only belong to the success. So How about when we fail something and
Yeah.
then we know we have failed the thing, and
Mm.
then how to deal with the unknowns.
Mm. Yeah. Unknown knowns. Um. Okay. For this one, I think. Um. We may try to look at uh. Other people who maybe uh who didn't fail in this particular thing. Maybe they are your competitors or your friends. Uh, and then if possible, and then also ask them uh, for some advice.
It is that unknowns or unknowns?
It is an unknown nonce.
Yeah,
Like,
and how about if I say I feel something but I don't know what I feel. Yeah, the I don't know the factor. I don't know what factor caused me feel the thing. And is there unknown knowns or is there unknown unknowns?
uh, you feel something, so that is unknown nonce.
Yeah, but I don't know which part I I I, I have missed. Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
So
know where I do. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. Just for example, uh, okay, let's say you attend an exam,
mm,
okay, and after the exam you get a mark,
yeah.
but you give but they didn't give you back your paper, so
Mm.
that you can only uh know that whether you failed or whether you passed.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like our uh UOL, yeah,
Yeah.
UOL examination. We just only know we pass the exam or not.
Mm.
And
Yes.
if you want to get like uh the total mark, which is your I think it's CPA, yeah, something like CPA, and
Mm.
you can ask the college staff, maybe they'll tell you. Mm. And they also can tell you, yeah, who get the highest CPA in this class, like that. But actually the UOL, they just let you. Eh? No, I think UOL uh I think, yeah, sorry, so yeah, I think UOL will give you the mark. Yeah, the UOL will give you a mark. And I
Mm.
remember there's one of the exam they didn't give you the mark, but I forget already. Yeah, just never mind.
Oh,
Mm.
didn't give you? What do you mean? They
They just,
let you know that you pass or not pass?
yeah, they let you know you pass your fields, and then they give you know your grade. Mm.
Oh.
But actually they actually didn't disclose the mark to you. So
Mm.
so how about when you attend uh this kind of exam, you
Yeah.
know you failed the exam,
Yeah.
but you don't know where to improve because they didn't give you back your paper. They didn't tell you where you're doing wrong, like that.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that exam is a driving license examination. Is it? Did they give you? I I, I think they
Uh,
didn't give you the result, right?
for me, yeah. Which one are you referring to? Is that one we call it the rules and regulations, undang?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, when I take that exam, I remember that I sit in front of a computer, and after I complete all the question, and then I click submit, and the result will come out at that time.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
like how many question have you
yeah.
make it correct?
And then would they let you know which question you get wrong?
It seems like not. No,
Yeah.
you cannot click back
Yeah.
to the question. Yeah.
Yeah. In my in my knowledge also, because I attend 2 times. The first time I failed.
Mm.
And just yeah, based on the screen, I just need to I just need 2 more correct questions in order to pass the exam.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I don't know, yeah, which question I I need to like uh pay attention. So
Yeah.
this is, yeah, this is the example of unknown knowns.
Mm.
You knew you fail or pass the exam, and
Yeah.
then, but what can you do? Can
Mm.
you replicate your success? Yeah, if you pass the exam, maybe you could, but if you fail the thing, how do you replicate?
Mm. Yeah, because just now, when I first answer this question, when maybe we fail something, and then in my mind I thought, maybe the factor to success is similar between people, but for here it seems like uh, my answer just now is too uh, is not detailed enough to really find out the the exact place of the failure.
Mm,
For example, just now I thought it could be something like if you fail the exam, you may ask a person that passed the exam, and what is their secret? Maybe they say, okay, you need to focus more on which type of question, or maybe focus more on uh, which technique to do the exam.
mm,
And but I think that could also be a way to ask something like a general key, general important thing for that particular examination.
mm,
Yeah, but like you said, we cannot really go back to find out the real problem that we have made, the real mistake. Uh, yeah, for that one, maybe we need to go again, um, to start preparing the exam again, and then um, yeah, maybe like do more tests, because they will have tests we can find, right?
mm,
Yeah, so do more tests and then find out by yourself, by your own, which part you didn't do well.
mm.
Yeah, yeah, but this is
So
for exam, right? But for real
mm,
life, it could be more complicated.
yeah. So is there any relationship between unknowns, and unknown knowns? Because
Um,
for example, you fail the business,
mm,
yeah, or maybe your students still fail the exam.
mm,
So the result is failure. Yeah, the result is they fail the exam.
mm,
And then, yeah, you know this. And then okay, never mind. We just use the business. We just use the business as an example. Okay.
okay.
you you fail the business, but you know you failed already. Yeah, because you suffer a lot of loss like that.
Mm,
And then, but you don't know. You don't know what you did wrong, what you did
mm,
right.
yeah.
And then, so is this an unknown unknowns, or this is an unknown knowns? Which if if this is combination of these two,
Mm.
and then how can we split it up and then classify which part is unknown unknowns and which part is unknown knowns?
Okay. Okay, if we fail the business,
So okay, so for example, I ask you another
mm,
question.
yeah.
I don't know where to start. I don't know how to sorry uh uh okay. Okay. The question is, for example, we need to search something on Google, but I don't know how to type the keyword. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know which keywords I need to use. So is this an unknown nonce or is this an unknown unknowns?
Unknown knowns. Yeah, because we clearly know what we want, but somehow we couldn't something like to write it down or make it detailed.
Yeah. So unknown unknowns is I know I need to get something and I know I want to search something, but I don't know. Sorry, I mean I know I need to improve myself. I know I need to get something in my life, but I don't know what is the thing. So this is an unknown unknown, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
But in this case, you know you need to get something. So is this part is unknown knowns?
Oh yeah, you make the point. This is more to unknown.
Yeah, yeah. It means yeah, the whole part, the the main part would be unknown unknowns because you okay, but there is some but there's still some part is belong to unknown knowns, which is for example, yeah, uh I replace the problem. I know I need to improve myself, and for example, how to improve myself? Let's say I know I need to increase. I know I want to increase my salary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know where to start, and I don't know what should I do, and I don't even know how to improve.
Yeah.
So is this in salary? Yeah, I mean, is this question, is this problem is more towards unknown knowns or more towards to unknown unknowns?
Wait a minute. Okay. Okay. To me, if you ask me, I think it's more towards unknown. Uh, uh, if you talk about the main the main problem, yeah, because this guy clearly know that the salary is a thing that he concern. This is uh the unknown known. But when we look into how to deal with
Application.
these things, yeah,
You still, yeah,
and
you still in the situation of unknown unknowns. For
yeah,
example, we all want to make more money, but we can't really do that. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So how about the examination question? Can we do similar thing like this? Which part is unknown unknowns and which part is unknown knowns?
Um. Yeah. I think it also can. Uh. If someone failed the exam and then maybe he will know a little which part he couldn't do well, and then this could be unknown knowns. and then when it comes to how to deal with, how to improve their weaknesses, that part, if they have no idea, then it's unknown.
Yeah. So, so how about the business example? You build the business, you lose a lot of money, and you go bankruptcy.
Yeah.
And then, but your competitor do very well
Mm.
in the same industry and at the same period of time of startup.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, it can
yeah.
also be, for example, if he go bankruptcy, and before he go bankruptcy, uh, he must he must know that uh, maybe it's the problem of the revenue, not enough customers. He must have some idea about this.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but I know I lack of customer, or I know my overhead cost is too high,
Mm.
but I find no way to reduce the cost. I find no way to looking more customer.
Yeah, that's the part, the unknown.
Yeah. So how about success?
Okay, for success, okay, we talked about business also.
Mm,
Let's say a business make a lot of money, and then is also feel is also better than many of his competitors. And then yeah, this is the not yet. And then after that, he don't know why he can make so much money, and maybe he think he was quite lucky to get this success. And at that moment, I think we can call it unknown knowns.
mm,
Yeah, and when it goes into finding out what make him uh, success, and what make other companies not so success. If this guy has no ideas which part is the factor to success, then that is unknown.
mm.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then
So,
mm,
mm. So you don't know which part to success is unknown. And then just now, for your sharing, you say we deal with the unknown knowns is like replicate the success, and then
mm,
like copy, and also like try to improve, and then knowing your strengths, knowing yourself.
yeah.
It's is uh if that part is unknowns, can your strategy deal with that part?
Unknown.
Yeah,
Mm,
because we break all the thing down,
yeah.
and then before we break all the thing down, we classify the whole event, business success, or
Mm,
you do something right. We classify it as unknown knowns, right?
yeah.
But actually, if you try to break down, there are some part which is the unknown knowns, and there are some part which is the unknown. So if you can your strategy can 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 the method, can the solution you use able to solve the problem? And are you solving the unknowns problem, or are you solving the unknown knowns problem?
Um, unknowns.
Okay, I make it clear.
Mm,
Just now you also give some example, which is the business success or failure,
mm,
and then uh, one of your point is replicate yourself,
yeah.
replicate the success. So
Mm,
you find which part you properly success, which part you probably do it right, and then you'll try to grab it and then try to apply it again.
Yeah.
And then the second point, and then okay, and then what you're talking is actually you try to copy the process, the system that you have used before, right?
Yep.
And then try to do it again and test it, experiments, whether can get another success or not. It is your first point, and your second point is actually knowing your strength.
Yeah.
You look from internal, because maybe you think, if we can know better about our strengths, we may able to know what lead us success, right? Is it your point?
Yeah.
So that you also try to look at your own core competencies, and then try to find out which part you are probable do better than other people. And then because this is your strength, and other people may not have your strength, so your success, other people didn't success. So you try to find the reason from here.
Yep.
But is this two these 2 points are trying to solve the unknown unknowns for unknown knowns? Because just now, if you break it down, just now you say the unknown knowns part is the fact that you know whether you're success or not, right? And then how about the unknown unknowns part is the process, the whole process.
Yeah.
So you replicate, and then you find your strengths to solve the unknown unknowns part. So is it are you trying to solve the unknown unknowns part, or are you trying to solve the unknown knowns part? So don't you think maybe it could be one of the mistakes that we use wrong strategy to to tackle the wrong problem, to tackle the problem.
Yeah, because it's more about the process. It's more about unknown. Yep.
Yeah. So is there any relationship between unknown unknowns and unknown knowns?
Yes, there is relationship. Once there is unknown knowns, and then these unknown knowns will have a lot of unknown if we trying to solve it.
Yeah. So we also can say, like, we get a piece of information. For example, you get a lot of data, and then you make it visualize, and then you see the trend. For example, it's a sales trend. And then the sales trend tell you, and the data tell you, your revenue increase or your revenue drop. So it is an unknown known. You know the revenue drop or the drop or rise, but you need to find out the reason behind. And the reason could be many. You need to find out by yourself.
Yeah.
So okay, and another question is, is that okay? Is that part like finding the thing and break it down is really an unknown unknowns, or it actually is unknown knowns? For example,
Mm.
I make investments and then I know I lose money. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the stock price dropped a lot. So and then so yeah, I know okay, so the stock price drop, I will give and other investor and also other like investment analysts will also give a lot of reason. For example, the fundamental have changed. Yeah,
Mm.
the environment had changed, and then because of COVID-19, because of new competitor,
Mm.
because of the revenue drop, because of the project, the project, the company get the contract, the company signed, the future contract have reduced. Yeah, so there are many this kind of reasons. And then or maybe the demand is slowing.
Mm.
The demand is slowing down. So there are ton of reasons. So to fighting all this, is this to try to track to try to tackle the unknown knowns problem, or we actually try to tackle the unknown unknowns problem?
Um. I think that is more about unknown knowns,
Unknown knowns.
because they
So
find out the reason for uh for the let's say the stock price falls.
yeah, but all the reason they find out, they have no idea. Yeah, if they have idea before that, they will lose money. So
Mm.
it's something like the interpretation after event, 事后诸葛. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
an interpretation after event. So you don't really know, yeah, why it dropped. And it could have many reasons, and you don't even know. Maybe this drop is actually caused by a few combination of events.
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
which take the merger, which take the major factors, and which take uh, the least factors, you don't know.
Mm.
And also, when you try to study this, maybe there's another reason that, yeah, it's just drop. There's no reason, just drop. Just go,
Mm.
some people sell, and then it lead to another people sell, and then some people see the price drop, and then they give themselves an interpretation. Oh, maybe the demand is slowing. Maybe somebody know what I don't know,
Mm.
so I sell first. So it lead
Yeah.
to another sales. So maybe there is no reason. Yeah. And then if you say this is unknown knowns, so you you kind of mm, you kind of like push back all the thing and all the logic you have came just now, because just now for example, the business example,
Mm.
you don't know which part you success, you don't know which part you do it right. And then
Mm.
just now you say this is an unknown unknowns, but it also can break it uh down forward. For example, because success is just that few factors. uh I enter I enter the correct market. I enter a good industry,
Mm.
and then the demand is strong. My marketing strategy is right, is doing right. My product is good.
Mm.
or something else. Yeah, you can list out a lot of reasons. Yeah. But the main point is but the key point is not the listing out. The key point is analyze which factors is the indicator, is the factor that leads you success, but you have no idea about that. Yeah, so at the beginning we discussed the difference between unknown unknowns and unknown knowns, and then we try to break it down, and then we found that many problems actually have both of these so I mean many events actually have the combination of these two problems. And then we try to break it more down, and then try to ask a higher level question, which is the more critical questions, and whether this whether we can break it down like this, whether the unknowns knowns part, and also whether the unknown unknowns part is actually another problem. For example, it could be like known unknowns or others, or maybe the unknown unknowns actually is unknown knowns. The unknown knowns actually is unknown unknown. Yeah. So we try to understand this in order to test our theory, to test the whole idea, to test the whole concept. Yeah. And then it seems like even though we can list out all the things, and then but it is still limited. Yeah, it's still limited. We still have a lot of things that we don't know.
Yeah.
And we don't know we don't know how to get the thing we want to know. So this is the definition of unknown unknowns. You don't aware the particular thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I try to understand the relationship between unknown unknowns and unknown knowns, actually it's just like you say, in a in a big so in a big pie, a big circle. It could be an unknown known. Okay. For example, we know whether we failed or we success. So this is a very, very big circle.
Yeah.
And inside there are many events, and there are many things we can do it right, we can do it wrong. And we try to break the business into few categories, like the finance, like the sales and marketing, like the customer service, technology, yeah, and also tons, yeah, distributions, the logistics, yeah, a lot, yeah, a lot, yeah, and also for example like the public relations. Yeah, so there are a lot of departments, and maybe and also maybe it is not because of one department do it right, and it is a combination, and maybe it is just lucky. Yeah, it's just lucky. So you try to list out all the things, but actually end up maybe at the end you find out there's no any correlation between this, and then it is just lucky. Yeah. So even though you know it's lucky, it is still an unknown unknowns. Yeah. Even though at the end you find out the reason, which is lucky, but it's still unknown unknowns because you can't replicate the lucky. Yeah. So there's something that we can link to previous topic, which is the locus, the locus of control. Yeah, which is one of the thing I told you before. One side, for example, the left hand side is something that we cannot control, and the right hand side, another side, is something that we can control. So for example, playing chess, no matter it is the goal Go chess or no matter it is like the Western chess or Chinese chess, this is something that a computer can do better than us, and because it can list out all the combination of movement. Yeah, and then this is just about the probability, and then there's a way to get the success. There's no ambiguity here.
Yep.
Yeah, and then another part is there's something that out of our control. Yeah. So, for example, you you try to win a lottery. Try to win a lottery. This is not something you can control. Yeah, this is just based on the probability.
Yeah.
So that yeah. So if we try to understand the relationship between unknown unknowns and the unknown knowns, and then we may get one conclusions. The unknown knowns part is something like the information you can get. You can analyze the information, you can give interpretation of the informations, and then that's it. Because you use the result from your analytic, from your interpretation, and try to find to try to find the real problem you want to solve.
Yeah.
So which is the unknown unknowns. So, and another problem is that, for example, simply categorize all the unknowns and also the unknown knowns. Yeah, we give a distinct border between these two, and then in previous conversation we also discussed the unknown unknowns, and then can our solution, can our suggestions deal with the unknown unknowns arise from this? Yeah, for example, just now the business example, you don't know which part you're doing right. And do you still remember what is the point you made in last conversations?
For unknown.
Yeah.
For unknown, one of the solution is to find the people that that are more experienced, and then that can also that can also be a book which people are more experienced, and then they write a book and we read the book to solve the problem, to try to explore our unknown.
Yeah. So my point is actually I have a breakdown between knowledge and also the application. The knowledge is the readings and also having the discussions, and for the application is you try to standardize something.
Yeah.
And also you try to understand the principles, the rules, and also the something like the law.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so can your advice, can your suggestions, I mean the methods you use fix in to the case, the business example case, to try to tackle the unknowns problem?
the unknown problems. I think your method is better because for example, like my what I said just now, like reading books. After you read the book, maybe you explore some unknown, and then it will also go to the application part, which you need to find out a standard so that you can do according to it. Let's say if the book provide you a quite applicable guideline, and then maybe that could be a standard, then you need to at least you need to be able to achieve that. uh, Maybe after that you can improve that guideline also. So it will still go to application.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. And the whole discussion here we're having today is actually we try to explore unknown unknowns from unknown knowns. For example, we know some theory. We know the unknown unknowns. We also know the unknown knowns. But actually, there are something inside. There are something inside which is a very detailed things. And yeah, and without we go in deep and really try to understand each of them and try to break it down, we just know the big idea. Yeah, we just know the big idea. And yeah, we just know the unknown unknowns, we just know the unknown knowns. But have you asked yourself the question, is there any relationship between them? Maybe you have, maybe you didn't. Yeah, but the question but the problem is we didn't try to break it down. We didn't try to understand them and try to give a lot of scenario, try to give a lot of example to test our methodology, to test our idea, to test our concept. Yeah. So you think you know something, but actually you don't know. So this is an unknown unknowns. Yeah. Yeah. And then you think you know something. Okay. The something you know, inside the something you know, you think you know. So this is a nonce. Yeah. But inside this nonce, you also have something that you don't know. So this is an unknown unknowns. So it could be some cases that unknown unknowns is a subset of the unknown sorry, I missed unknown knowns is actually the subset of the unknown unknowns, or or turn another way around. Yeah, which is the unknown unknowns is the subset of the unknown knowns, which is something that we discussed we discussed a lot just now. Yeah. So that means yeah, before we break it out, and then we still have some information. For example, we can try to understand the relationship. We can try to give the definition. Yeah, and then we also have give some solution about the unknown unknowns in last conversation. And if you try to test your concept, try to test your idea, and you break it down, and then you make it clear, and then you try to apply the concept and then the solution you give into this model, and then try to understand whether your solution is actionable, whether your solution is applicable. Yeah, so this is also a way to explore the unknown unknown unknowns. Yeah, because you try to standardize something, you try to understand the principle, you try to understand the relationship. Yeah. So that, and then you also, because you have the principle, you have the rules, and then you need to standardize something, and you need to understand the relationship, and then you also need to understand their process. Something may conflict in each other. Yeah. So it is inconsistency. They have some inconsistency. So at this time, if this is in knowledge, you can try to understand whether you have the inconsistent mindset, you have the inconsistent concept in your mind. Yeah. If there's inconsistence and it is not logic, and then there must because each of the part, one of the part have the mistake, or maybe both of them have the mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing you know is both of them can't be correct at the same time. Yeah. So that means you now you know something. Now you know something because you probably get it wrong. You probably get it wrong. So you can break it down more to explore the unknowns. Yeah. Yeah. So actually, unknowns is actually you try to explore the information from unknown knowns. Yeah. Yeah. So how to okay, and then we back to the conversation topic.
Yeah.
How to deal with this? How to reduce the risk? Yeah, and the question is there any risk because of this? Is there any cost because of this? The cost arise is actually from the unknowns, not the known knowns. Yeah. So the unknowns is actually the thing that will cost you, that have the risk. But not the unknowns. Unknowns is just an information.
Yeah.
And yeah, of course, we can try to utilize the information. We also can try to use like mathematics, logic, psychology, economics, all the information and all the knowledge that we learned, and then try to give the definition, and then try to understand the logic behind the relationship, and then we can have we can build another guidance. We can build a guidance. Yeah. And we also can form a theory. Yeah. So that's if you want to say it, how to explore the unknowns is actually asking more questions. Yeah, asking more questions so that you can break it down. You can break it down and then explore the unknowns.
Yeah.
So associated with the unknowns. Okay. Yeah, so that you can solve the problem and you can get some insight. So that's the whole big circle, the unknown knowns. If all the unknowns inside the big circle, the unknown knowns big circle have been solved, so that you completely solve the big problem. Yeah.
Yeah. By that time, the unknown knowns will be known knowns, right?
Yeah. 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 And also after we after uh, after we aware of the unknown unknowns, so it becomes unknown knowns already, right?
Aware unknown knowns. Is it non-unknown?
Are we aware unknown unknowns?
Then that
Be
is
aware
known
of
unknown,
something.
isn't it?
What?
That is known unknown, I think.
Is it? Is it always the case?
Um.
I
If
didn't
we are
aware.
aware of something, aware of unknown, so that will become non unknown first.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if we can know more about that,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
yeah.
But remember just now what we said. A problem is not just about the unknown unknowns or unknown knowns. It can have the separation. It can have some part is belong to unknown unknowns. It have some part belong
Yeah,
to unknown knowns. Yeah.
yeah.
So it's not something that unknown unknowns definitely will become non unknowns or unknown knowns.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you're aware of something, for example,
Mm.
you're aware the importance of money.
Yeah.
So yeah. So after aware of the importance of money,
Mm.
and what you need to do, more money,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So it back to the example. Back to one of the example we mentioned just now.
Mm.
You want to make more money, but you don't
Yeah.
know how to do. So yeah, this could be this can be linked together. So
Mm.
okay, if you think making more money is an unknown unknowns, okay,
Yeah.
so that means the unknown unknowns and the unknown knowns can be linked together. Mm,
Mm.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So uh, so if this is the case, okay, this is the logical part. Okay, if this is the case, unknown unknowns can link to the unknown knowns.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay, and then once we aware of something, and then look at the definition of unknown unknowns. This is a piece of information. When we aware of something, we get some new information.
Mm.
Does it make sense? When you're aware of something,
Yep.
you uh you you understand or know what. You understand and know what. Yeah. But maybe there are a lot of know why you still don't understand or the know how. And
Mm.
then you try to use the piece of information you get. Yeah, the making money, which is the keyword. And then you
Mm.
try to deep down, and then try to do more research, try to understand, and then uh try to go further. So you will gain more and more piece of information.
Mm.
So hopefully at the end you get all the breakdown, and then you take action, you solve all the problem. So you tackle all the unknowns problem. And then
Yep.
it turns out the big problem, the unknown knowns, which is the increased salary, the problem
Mm.
has been solved because your salary has been increased.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you after the salary increase, if you want to increase, yeah, you want to increase more salary. So maybe
Mm.
this is another problem. This
Yeah.
this is a new problem again.
Yeah. It
Mm.
goes back
Be-
again, right?
yeah, because yeah, what I mean is because, for example, now based on your situation, let's say you just earn 1,000.
Mm.
If you want to earn 2,000 or earn 3,000,
Yeah.
so it's from 1,000 to 2,000 or to 3,000. The easiest way you can do is go get the certificate. Yeah,
Yep.
go study college and then get a certificate so you can get the high paying job. Yeah, higher paying job. Mm. Yeah.
Yep.
So that, but after you get a job, after you get a certificate, and after you get the job, your
Mm.
salary have been increased. And then how to increase from 3,000 to, let's say, 5,000 or to 6,000?
Mm.
Yeah, so this is another new problem.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Okay, so that's all for my sharing. Do you anything want to add in, or you want to make a summary to make it clear in your mind?
Okay. I try to make a summary.
Mm.
Firstly, our topic today is we start from unknown knowns, and then we also find that when there is unknown knowns, we can link it to unknown, especially when we want to explore more from unknown knowns. And yeah, so unknown knowns, uh, uh, we break it down into unknown unknowns, and then from the unknown unknowns, if we uh, um, try to aware of it, and then it will go further to maybe is unknown knowns inside or known unknown. Yeah, so what we can do here is actually we can use uh, the solution that we made in the previous conversation to deal with the unknown unknowns. Yeah, and then for unknown knowns, yeah, because for this one, I think one of the key here uh is to take action. Yeah, because if we didn't take action, and then we won't go to the next part for the unknown unknown.
Yeah. Now I actually find another things. Okay, you say take action. What is the action? So I know already the solution is to take action. So this is to me, okay, to you, whether it is unknown unknowns, or it is a non knowns, or whether it is a non unknowns, take action. To me, it is still an unknown knowns. I know I need to take action, but what action I need to take? Right? And if I ask this question, so they will have a lot of unknown unknowns. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Because this is a series of conversation, and we still haven't covered the the non unknowns. Okay. Yeah. And we will cover this in the next few conversations. Yeah. Which is the differentiation between all these three.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your summary is great. Yeah. And also one more addition, one more thing to remind is actually the event. Yeah, the event is combination of a lot of things, of these four things, which is unknown unknowns, unknown knowns, known unknowns, and known knowns. Yeah, an event is combination of these four things. Yeah. So it's just the single one is not just isolation in one event.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and also the key, the key is actually the unknown knowns. It's not the problem. The problem is you cannot understand. You cannot get you don't have the ability to analyze, to get the information behind. Yeah. Yeah. This is a problem. So, and if you can do that, so your problem will be only another two, like the unknown unknowns and also the non unknowns. Yeah. So unknown knowns is not a problem. It's not a problem. And how to be more aware of this one of the combination, and to ask more questions to test your understanding. Yeah. For example, you say take action. Yeah. So what's the action you need to take? So once you ask, before you ask that question, you think you know the thing. This is a non-knowledge, but if you ask more questions in detail, what's the action, and it suddenly become unknown knowns. And then if you break it down the unknown knowns, and there are many actions you can take. What action is effective, what action is not. There are a lot of unknowns.
Yeah.
So you ask more questions to get more piece of information. Yeah. And if you can get a lot of unknown knowns, this is a good thing, because when you ask a lot of questions, you realize that you actually know little. You actually know little. But once you know little, and you can have the chance to know more.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's all for our today conversations. Okay. So, do you have anything on the end?
No, Eric.
Okay. So that's all for our today conversations. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversation. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocab or grammar mistakes that we made, please also comment to let us know, because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like and subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.